What's up, everybody?
I'm Bronx Belle,
This is Ant.
and we just came out of Marvel's Infinity War, the Avengers. We just came out of the Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, and let me tell you, that was a long freaking movie.
Okay, well, I'm just going to... Should we do the comic fan versus not comic fan?
Yeah, because I mean, this movie was one of the reasons. This is exactly why I'm not the biggest comic book movie fan at the moment. It's like Greek to me. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on half the time. I don't know. Every 5 minutes there's a new character who you have to have seen their particular movie. You know, it was enjoyable though. I don't want to knock it, but I mean,
I'm going to say there were 18 movies that I've
Exactly.
waited. I've waited 18 movies and many years during the dark ages of the early 2000s in comic book movies where their budgets were embarrassing. I'm just going to say whenever not just the Avengers, but other characters of the MCU are together, it is gold. I could probably watch a movie with just those characters interacting all day. Now, as far as where Ant mentioned that things were getting tedious, I will say the Marvel Cinematic Universe has always sort of been known for their fake outs in the end, their big climaxes, or, dragging you along for the ride. And this movie did it about 5 times, so it did get a little tedious at the end.
I mean, I wasn't even I thought it was I enjoyed the plot. I enjoyed the whole, the mythology of the, I should probably actually watch all those Thor movies because, Norse mythology is pretty awesome, and as a metal fan especially. I mean, I listen to bands. This is going off topic, but you take a band like Amon Amarth, they're amazing, and they've been singing about this shit for 30 years. Hopefully, now that it's it's gone mainstream. Everyone knows what Ragnarok and Asgard and all this is.
Well,
it takes a comic book movie
while we're on the topic of locations, I gotta bring up, we got to take a trip to Wakanda again, and we got to see that amazing cast, including Winston Duke, who went to our alma mater, UB. I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. I got emotional just seeing his name in the end credits. He's worked his ass off to get there, and I just can't wait to see him in more movies. So, if all else, that was this was definitely worth the price of admission. Should we go into spoiler?
I mean, we'll do that towards the end, I guess. Okay. But just so for just to point out, we're driving right now, so if you hear any bumps or vibrations or anything, it's because the phone is actually in a change cup. So yeah, apologize in advance.
I'm on cloud 9 right now. Like I said, I've waited a very, very long time. I know that they definitely took some liberties, but I will say that for the most part it was spot on. The Infinity War has been delivered. It has been many years of anticipation, of skepticism. I didn't even trust that they would do it, and it's here. So we made it, y'all. We held it.
Well, one thing,
held on.
When they said 6 stones or whatever, I was like, holy shit! We're gonna see maybe 2 stones get taken in this movie. But I don't want to do any spoilers or anything. But damn, this movie covers a lot.
Well, I think we're gonna have to go into spoiler territory. So, yeah, spoiler alert.
Click away if you haven't seen it yet.
Spoilers. Remember where you stopped this video. Watch the movie, then come back to us.
Sure, yeah. So they go. This dude literally gets every single Infinity Stone.
Thanos,
and that's why the movie's 3 hours, I guess, almost. Because damn.
Well, I will say this: it's pretty clear that the movie ended on a cliffhanger, and if they were going to do that, I think the only criticism I do have is that so much went on, and so many things happened that should grip you emotionally, but because there was too much of it packed in together, you couldn't feel too emotionally invested. So I do think certain parts could have been saved for the following film.
I don't think so. I think because, I mean, it seems like this is kind of like they left off where like shit's just about to like start popping off. I mean, like he's got all 6 stones. You know, like whatever happened up until now was like nothing. The dude literally, here's like taken from the movie, he could like literally snap his fingers or whatever and like kill everybody. Which I mean,
well, while we're
this is like it's like just starting the friggin' Infinity War.
While we're discussing Thanos, I will say the way they ended the film with him looking out into the horizon, crying.
Oh, he was like smiling, kind of, because he
I
thought
just
he was
hope
doing
they don't make a martyr out of
I
this
actually
guy.
no. I enjoyed the dynamic of his character. I do I like. I mean, he thinks that he's doing a service to humanity.
Right, he's
You know,
deranged.
he's saying, listen, anyone who does simple math can understand there's only a finite amount of whatever resources in the universe. You know, we cannot sustain at the rate we're going forever. Just do the math. So he's like, I have a simple solution. Half of you got to go. I think Bill Burr has a bit of it. He does like a bit about this in every one of his specials, like comedian Bill Burr, if you don't know. But he's like, half of you's got to go. That's it. That's the only solution. So, I mean, this Thanos guy, I really, like, it's a cool character to me. I like it.
Well, and when the first Avengers movie premiered, and at the very end of the credits, we got those 3 seconds of Thanos, the CG has definitely improved since then.
This was probably one of the more, like, amazing visual, like, just the fight scenes were, like...
The stunt team and the special effects people... I mean, it's Oscar worthy.
This was like one of those films where like you're literally like you're sweating. Like I was like literally like going towards the end of the movie. I'm like, damn, I'm like sweating. Like my fists are like gripped. I'm like sweating. Last movie that did that to me was like Mad Max Fury Road. Like where like it's so so visually intense that like you're like holy shit. Like it's like you're like burning calories watching this movie pretty much.
And should we discuss the infamous Marvel end credit scene?
I think we should. I mean,
okay. So after we sat through, the 80 million credits.
Yeah. Well, what do you expect? I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Now, who isn't in this friggin' movie? We'll get back to that, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's not even just the cast, though. Like the entire special effects team.
No, but even people they're bringing in, like you look at the cast. All right. Obviously, we gotta talk about Peter Dinklage. I mean, like, damn, they're even like borrowing from Game of Thrones now. Like, what else who really, like, who else? I'm trying to, like, I'm not gonna say it because God only knows who they're gonna bring in next time. But like, damn.
All right, so
they got like dwarves and shit now, like in this movie.
So the end credit scene.
Yes, I don't know who that is, but I
am guessing it is Captain Marvel. Based on the logo. I love that it's a pager. I love how...
We gotta explain how it, like, went down. Like, Nick Fury is trying to contact...
Yes.
He's in the middle of, like, using his little pager thing to contact...
And Samuel L. Jackson left the way Samuel L. Jackson does.
And they're all... I love how, like, they cut his... He went, motherfucker... And, like, of course, they do curse a lot in this movie, but I don't think they could drop an F-bomb.
I think they just barely grazed R rating. It's between PG-13 and R, so if you do have youngins, it's definitely it's definitely still sort of kid-friendly, but if you're a parent that is not about that bad language, think twice, because they are not shy.
Yeah, I mean, they're just dropping, like, bullshit and asshole and douchebag, like, all left and right, so, I mean, which is cool.
It's glorious.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, you don't see that anymore. And, like, what is this movie, PG? It's gotta be, like,
no, it's PG-13.
But still, you don't even, like, see that anymore recently. Like, when we were kids, like, there was, like,
well, when we were kids...
in, like, every movie.
No, when we were kids, it was G, PG, and R. There was no PG-13. So, now, like, things like Frozen have a PG rating. Which I don't think you need parental guidance to see Frozen, but like PG stood for something when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like Batman Returns was PG.
Yeah, and I remember parents complaining about that. They were like, "This movie is gonna give kids nightmares and everything." I specifically remember that. I remember one of my aunts telling me that the parents are complaining that the Penguin, Danny DeVito's character.
Oh, he was mortifying.
Was giving like all like parents complained that their kids were having nightmares about the Penguin.
Wow. They
took their kids to see they figure Batman, it's a comic book. How crazy can it be? They're like,
well, and I think going back to this movie, I think people tend to dismiss comics as kid stuff, where a lot of the storylines are very mature and very adult. There was a lot of religious connotation.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like the whole mythology part of it, you know, and like, you know, even it even delves into like it goes back to like the Big Bang Theory and stuff almost, like, you know, not the show obviously, but like it goes into like the entire, you know, friggin' the universe and shit, you know, like it's pretty deep. And I mean, like, what I'm trying to speculate where they're gonna go with this. My only guess is that, I mean, I don't know, but I don't know comic books, but my only guess is that they're all like in a parallel universe right now or something.
Well, that was already established with Doctor Strange.
Clearly, they're not all. Half of them are not dead. Mm-hmm. You know, like that wouldn't make sense. But so they gotta all be like in some parallel universe. I mean, so it's a very deep kind of flick for a comic book movie. The Doctor Strange, I actually like that character. I actually kind of want to see that movie now. Black Panther, it looks cool. I mean, I wasn't completely like, I don't know if I'm gonna run out to go see that DVD, but like Doctor Strange's character. This is why
Marvel this is awesome Marvel doing what awesome Marvel does. You actually technically don't need to watch the other movies to follow the storyline, okay?
A little bit,
but it provokes you to go see the other movies. So it's almost like they're generating revenue with a new movie, but they're pushing revenue for the prior movies as well. So that's a stroke of genius, right?
You're saying that because you're familiar, though. Like, when they were like in Wakanda, like, I'm like, where are we now? Like, I was completely lost.
But you saw Civil War, so I
know who the character looks like. Yeah, but I didn't know, like,
but just barely grazed Wakanda.
I didn't know that like his sister is like the scientist. Like, I know now and everything. But, like,
well, while we're on the topic,
even like Doctor Strange, like, who's that Asian? Who's like the little Asian sidekick? I don't know.
Oh my god!
Now I want to know. Like,
well, I will say this, and it's something that's happening more and more. It makes me happy to see. Props for the blind casting. There were so many people of color in this movie. So many strong female characters, and believable strong female characters, not like archetypes of what strong women are perceived to be. So I mean, I love seeing that. I saw a lot of happy little girls leave that theater, and it gave me joy. So I guess we can wrap it up.
I enjoyed it. Very enjoyable. I mean, even if you're just going to like, even for the like I went into it not knowing anything, and this friggin' I'm gonna be honest, the special effects in this movie alone are worth the price of admission. I mean, it's just like it's a friggin' beautiful movie. You know, even if you don't know a damn thing about comic books, the battle scenes are amazing. You know, the physics and everything. I mean, like, for example, like where Thanos is battling Doctor Strange towards the end, like they're going at it. It's kind of like, you know what reminded me of? The Sword and the Stone, the old cartoon from Disney when the two wizards are fighting, the evil wizard and the good wizard, and they're like using it's like, how far can you use your fucking powers or whatever, and like,
I can see that.
Eventually, Thanos pulls the moon down and like rains a moon down onto everybody. Like, that's like, that's amazing. That right there is worth the price of admission. Like, something like that is so cool.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Just see it on the grounds that a studio made this happen. That they made a coherent storyline that is consistent for 18 films. That alone deserves praise. So you can leave your comments below. We'd love to hear what you thought of the movie, what your predictions are for future films, and we'll catch you later.
Catch you later.
Bye.